Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to plan for the next week in my Franklin planner. I'm in my classic Reese Ruby Binder. We're filming today on the 14th on Thursday, and this plan with me is going to be from the 18th to the 24th. So I'll show you what that looks like on my monthly calendar, and then we'll also grab the weekly task card so I know what I'm doing, and hopefully, cross my fingers, I stay on track. Here's the month so far. The kit that I'm using in here is the Hot Summer Nights by Planners Anonymous from chapters last year. And then for my week, this is what it looked like here. I haven't actually crossed things off yet, but you guys, I did good yesterday. My husband ended up coming home. We'll talk more about that in the weekly review, but he came home because it was raining, so they sent him home. And although it wasn't good for the paycheck, it was good because he helped me get some things done around the house. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's go to the dailies because it's the first step is to review what we did. We'll go back to the previous Thursday, which was the 7th. So here we are. So there's been quite a few days when I feel like I'm consistently running behind, and you're going to see a pattern. So every day that I've planned, I guess last week wasn't so busy. I never really filled the entire page, but pretty much starting Monday has been like I'm planning right down to the bottom of the page, and I'm like, how do I have this many things to do? And it's not like I'm writing dishes and laundry on there every day. And I mean, it's still valid. If you want to write dishes and laundry on your planner, you should be doing that because, whatever makes you feel good and that you want to have in your planner, it's your planner. You do what you need to do. So sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't, just depends on the day. And yeah, so Thursday was my last time that I filmed with you guys for Franklin. So I had done my morning pages. I had also, so I filmed the video, but I didn't finish editing. So I ended up filming that, I finished the editing process on the video on Friday. And so I knew Friday I was busy because I had 2 videos to edit. I had my Franklin, and then I also had my Planner Perfect. So a lot of the things I didn't get done. And this is what I find is that, so when I start running behind, especially when it comes to stickers or planner charms, I will say, okay, if I didn't finish Wednesday, which is my day to do that stuff, I will move it to Thursday, but then I never get to it. So you're always going to see these arrows that I'm moving it ahead to the next week. And so I want to get away from doing that. And I really want to start focusing on the work on the day of. So, like, for example, yesterday was Wednesday. I was supposed to have my blog written Tuesday. I didn't do it till yesterday. And so now I feel like all of my work that I'm supposed to do the day of, I'm pushing it to the next day. And I want to get away from doing that because it's very stressful. My task list is always full, and I just need to get a better handle on things. And you think that I would. I mean, I've been using my planner for a long time. I've got really good systems in place. I do. And I know I do because they do still work. It's just sometimes when life throws you curveballs, it knocks you off a little bit. So if you guys are new here, my puppy actually passed away on the 1st of August. So it's been almost 2 weeks. I can't believe that it's almost been 2 weeks. It doesn't feel like it. But it's I actually ended up getting her euthanized because she was 14, almost 14, and she had cancer. And so that would kind of put a curveball in my plans, as well as my husband. His work schedule has recently changed. And so he was home. I think he's had like 2 long weekends in a row now. This week he was off Monday, Tuesday, and it just threw me off because he sleeps in, I want to sleep in, and the kids sleep in, everybody's sleeping. And so I'm like, well, I don't want to be the only one that gets up early. And while I love my early time, like I've been enjoying it because it's when I write my morning pages, I do my important filming, my work. Um, I also struggle because I'm also tired. And it's also like, it's another person. Like when my husband's home, it's almost like another person to take care of, Like he'll have something to tell me and it'll distract me. And it's not when I get the initial distraction. So, like, if my kids come up to me or my husband talks to me, it's not whatever they have to say. It's that I get sidetracked and then I think of other things to do or say or look at. And then that's what throws me off. So, it takes me about, on average, I'd say 5 to 10 minutes to get back on track every single time I'm distracted. And when my kids are awake and up, it's like, I swear to goodness, you guys, it's every second. Like, they don't stop talking. So, this is why the morning time is so important to me because if I don't have that, I don't get my work done. I lose control, I lose focus, I lose my motivation. So, it's better if I get up early. And I've also noticed in my like last few years of planning, Thursday, Fridays are also really bad for me keeping motivation. So, just the fact that I'm piling my today with a huge to do list is not beneficial for anybody. Number one, I get stressed out. Number two, the stuff doesn't get done anyway. And it just kind of spirals out of control. And then I find myself working on the weekend, which is something that I don't always want to do. So this weekend might work out because my husband is working. But then again, my kids kind of suffer because then we can't spend time together or do fun things because I'm always working. And when it's nice out, like we'll talk about, wasn't yesterday, it was a day before. When it's nice out, I want to be spending my time outside and not stuck in here doing work on my computer. Okay, so that was a Thursday. Um, I think at this point I was still trying to get into the Cocoa Daisy kits. So Cocoa Daisy is currently up for subscription for October Glow. It ships the second week of September. So you're always guaranteed to get your Cocoa Daisy kit unless of course something happens with the mail that's out of your control. Like for example, last year when we had our mail strike. Um, Moving on to Friday. So Friday was a bit better in the work department. I got all of the things done. I had a Zoom call that I wanted to take live and I couldn't do it because I was running errands. I think I also, oh yeah, on Thursday I ran errands too. So considering my list, this was pretty good for what I had to do. So I ended up, um, I was supposed to pick up my gizmo from the cremation place, but I didn't because they hadn't called me yet. But I had it on my list because I wasn't sure if they would or not. So I had to go to Amazon, like I had to go to the 7-Eleven for the Amazon locker. Currently, my road is getting construction done on it, and it's hard. Well, I can still get things delivered here from Amazon or from random delivery people and companies. It's hard for it's a little bit difficult. It's harder for them to find my house because they have to come a back way and Canada Post won't deliver any mail because the street is shut down. So instead, I've got my mail lady carting my mail, and then I pick it up every Friday, which is it's nice. So I had to pick up mail from the post office, and I had to get Chad his birthday gifts because his birthday was on the 11th, but we celebrated it on Friday. And then I got birthday card from the dollar store and wrap and stuff. So Friday, I also had errands because my husband worked until 6 and I had to go get the takeout for the kids. So I ended up doing that. I ended up working. So I had to edit the 2 videos, like I was saying. So I ended up working late. I don't think I finished my work until 4:30, and then I left. And then I ended up. My husband beat me home anyway, so it was funny because yeah, we both got home at the same time, and then we ended up eating. I ended up, and we had karaoke. My mom came over. She was supposed to be here at 7, and she didn't show up until 9 o'clock. I have no idea what happened. I think she either forgot or there was a miscommunication or I don't know what. But we were late for his birthday party. We didn't show up for like half an hour late. And my best friend and her husband showed up. And so it would have been nice to have been there on time. But yeah, the only thing I missed, so I had worked on practicing songs. I didn't do my reflection because I started getting ready and did a makeup video for karaoke, which that reminds me I still need to edit today. Just some ideas for planning for next year. Okay, so moving on to Saturday. My husband was home this weekend, but Saturday we ended up having an appointment to get his windshield done at 1 o'clock. And so we had to be up for that. We were tired from the night before. We stayed out way too late. But we went to Sherwood Park to get that done. And then, so Sherwood Park is a place where I grew up. I moved there in grade 4, and then we didn't leave until I was going into grade 12. So we were there for like, I moved there when I was 10, 9 or 10, I think. And we left when I was 7 and 17. So I think it was about 8 years that we lived there for. Anyway, that's kind of where I grew up, like, your formative years, like elementary, junior high, high school, mostly high school, minus 1 year. So I thought we were going to go swimming, and I wrote down all the swim times just in case, but we ended up going to the mall. So it was very interesting because this was my childhood mall, and this is where I used to go with my friends and thinking it was cool. Number one, it has changed a lot. All of the stores that I was used to seeing are no longer there. The food court is a lot smaller than it used to be, or I mean, my memory of what it used to be. And the mall is also a lot smaller than I remember, because coming from a kid's age to an age now, the mall that is closer to us now, like in the city, is a lot bigger than that mall, which is kind of sad because that used to be my favorite mall. So again, a lot of things I didn't get to. I forwarded it because we were out pretty much all day. We left at 12:30, and then we didn't get home until like 5, I think. And then I ran back out and I ended up going to PetSmart. I took my dog Jack to PetSmart and I got him a new leash, a new collar. So that was fun. He's very timid. So my dog Gizmo, she was the alpha female, and now he's just kind of learning. Like, I think he might be a little bit depressed because he doesn't have a companion. So I tried to give him as much attention as I can. And he's a little bit timid because he's never been on his own before. He's always had Gizmo. And so now he's by himself and he's a lot more quiet. He definitely doesn't bark as much. Um, Unlike before, like anybody who has like more than one dog knows, like when one starts barking, the other ones start off. And so it's definitely been more quiet around here. It's been very weird. It's been very eerie. So a lot has changed in the past couple of weeks. So yeah, so we didn't have a lot. There wasn't a lot done because I wasn't home. Okay, and then Sunday we had it was a family farm day. So Chad's family puts on this once a year big family festival like thing, and we have a barbecue and there's tons of food and there's about 40 people, and the kids, like we have tons of kids in our both sides of our family. So they set up bouncy castles, and there's a big pool that they swim in, and the trampoline is there. And then on the farm, it's almost like a petting zoo. They've got like a whole bunch of small animals and emus and stuff like that. So we went into the pen this time. We never did last year, and we got to pet some of the animals. So that was fun. Again, quite a few tasks moved over, and I think I did when I came home because I finished my morning pages. That was like the first thing I wanted to do during the day. We were an hour late for the family farm thing, and then we got home at like 7 or 8. It was pretty late, and my baby hadn't even slept the entire day, so he was exhausted. My older two ended up staying with my husband's mom for a sleepover, so it was very quiet when we got home, so I was able to get some things done. So I had that done. I did have an Etsy order that day. Okay, and then on Monday, I had a huge list, but like nothing got done. Like I feel like it was the disaster day. It was a disaster day because like look how many things I moved over to the next day. So many things. I didn't get the kids' journals done. I didn't get any of my house chores done. And I felt so out of it. I felt like, and this is mostly because it was Chad's birthday. And I felt bad because we never even celebrated. We didn't do anything for his actual birthday because we did everything on Friday and then more celebration on Saturday and Sunday. And I just felt bad. because we didn't do anything for him on his actual day. So that made me a little sad. Um, oh, and then so that's the other thing. So we did have more errands on Monday, and that's another reason why we didn't do anything. I just forgot to write it down. So I'm gonna write it down before I forget. But we ended up picking up Gizmo, her ashes, on Monday. So let's see here. It was about 3:30 we left. And then after we did that, we came home, dropped her off. My dog Jack came with us just for the car ride because we've been anywhere where we don't like get out of the car and leave him in. We don't ever do that because it's been really hot. Anywhere where we just like stay in the car, like if it's picking up takeout or any place where I just stay in the car and don't get out much, we bring him just so he's not by himself. I could turn on the TV, but it's just better if he comes with us. And so he also came with us on Sunday to the family farm thing. And that was fun. I even took him off leash and he was a really good dog. He wanted to attack the emu though. Like there was two emus and like they pecked him and he was like, "What? What's going on?" So I was like trying to keep him away from the pen. But he came with us. We came back, dropped off Gizmo's box and Jack, and then we went back out for groceries. So we didn't get home till late. I think it was about 6 o'clock we got home. And that's when my mother-in-law dropped off the kids too. She said about 8 o'clock and she ended up dropping them off early. So about 5, 6 o'clock. And then I wrote some ideas for videos I wanted to catch up on. I've got tons of videos to watch and to catch up on. And I also ordered an Etsy, oh my gosh, a couple of Etsy orders. So I've got a whole bunch of things coming for fall, you guys, and I don't even know where to start. Nothing has actually arrived yet, but I did order a new leather from Planner Perfect, and it's going to be my fall leather for October. Um, I'm gonna have so many things to show you when they come in. I've got so many Etsy orders. I ended up doing a Klarna payment because I had so many. That's how many I had. Okay, so then there was Tuesday. Tuesday kind of felt the same thing. Like I had all of these things to do, and all of them got shifted to the next day. Didn't get any cleaning done. And I still said like I had such a busy day, but I slept in, didn't get work done. But again, Chad was home. So again, it's easy for me to sleep in and not as easy for me to wake up at 5 in the morning. So I tried my best and I got a few things done, but it still wasn't the best. I was supposed to write my blog and I didn't get it done. But then we get to yesterday, you guys. I still have things shifted over to the next day. But let me just show you this. So I hardly had any time to write weekly update notes last night, but I didn't have a lot to do. So my older son, I didn't have a lot to write down because I was so busy. My older son is still at my mom's. He usually stays for like 3 days. So he'll be coming home tomorrow probably. And he just does it because he's bored here and because he wants to get away from my younger two. Because, he's 11 and there's 6 years difference between him and my next oldest. And so I said, you know what? This is the day before I start planning. I want to be able to check off stuff on my weekly list. I'm done, like, I'm just done having all of these things to do and then not actually doing any of them. So I said, this is enough. I put my foot down and I started working. I started the morning with my morning pages and I finished before the kids woke up. And then I also filmed my weekly update video. So that video took over an hour. I did update it. When I edited it, it did kind of shorten it a little bit. I think it was still like 40, 45 minutes. I posted that yesterday. It was a very long one because there was a lot to talk about. Jane's Agenda has having an event on Friday. So this is number one. It's not a sale, but there are brand new faux leather covers coming in the shop as well as new disc colors. So I think they've released them on their Instagram already. They've got some purple things, which are so pretty. They've got a sea glass teal cover, and they're just so pretty. Like if I was buying more Jane's Agenda stuff, like for covers, I would totally get them. But I'm switching my business planner next year. I'm still going to be using Jane's Agenda inserts, but I won't be using the cover anymore. I'm going to be going back to my Planners Anonymous covers. But the purple one is so pretty, and they are offering two new colors of discs of purple. So very exciting. So I did talk about that in my weekly update video yesterday. But if you go to the Jane's Agenda website, they'll have all the information there when the sale launches. And I do have an affiliate code in my description box. And I was told that the code, you only get a discount on items if you're a first time user of my code. So I'm not sure how that works. But if you guys use my code, just know that I am extremely grateful. And so thank you in advance for doing that. But yes, I do have an affiliate link down below. And so you can go ahead and use that. And it's actually very exciting. They've actually got these beautiful gold labels that I was interested in getting. And yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So that was the first thing that I did. I didn't get a chance to edit it until a little bit later on. I'm trying to think now, did I edit right away? I think I edited it later on in the day. But I ended up in my head, I was like, okay, I've got all these things to do, but like I really, really need to clean my bathrooms. Like they're so gross. So I was like, I'm not going to have a chance to do that if my son wakes up. So I'm like, logically, I'm like, okay, I can probably do the downstairs one when he's up, but not the upstairs one. But I was like, logically, it only takes 10-15 minutes to do the downstairs bathroom because it's just the toilet and the sink. So let me do that one first, and then I'll go upstairs and do that. And then I was like, I get up there, and then my son wakes up, and I was like, oh no. And I'm like, before I clean the upstairs bathroom, I'd rather give my dog a bath. So I ended up giving him a bath first. Then I cleaned the bathroom. Then I got my son out of his crib. And it worked out because it was like all before 10 o'clock. So I got it done. And then after I finished, I just felt so good. So cleaning the bathrooms is like my number one most hated chore. I absolutely hate it. Um, but I got it done early, so that was good. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to give myself a break. I'm going to work a little bit. So I think I did some journaling. I edited my video while I was journaling. And then I got the call from my husband that he was on his way home because it was raining. So it sucks for the paycheck, but it helped because he helped me do some more tidying. So I was like, I'm going to get some of these things crossed off my weekly list. So I ended up, he got home and then we ended up going through the pantry. So we cleaned the pantry out and organized it all. We cleaned the counter and like, so like when you have an empty space in your house, like whether it's a table, a counter, um, and maybe this isn't for everybody, but you know how easy it is for kids or other family members who come to visit, like my mom, for example, she'll bring tons of stuff for the kids and me and she'll just dump it on the nearest empty spot, even if it's my desk. Because you guys, I have like two desks. One is for my Cricut and like storage stuff. And then this is my working desk. And if I have an empty spot on my storage desk, she'll just put stuff there. My kids will put their toys there. It's so irritating and it bothers me so much because I'm the only one who cleans up anything. Nobody in my house bothers to clean. And like for example, I'll put stuff on the stairs to take up, and if I don't take it up, it doesn't get taken up. So I feel like I'm like, you know, I feel like sometimes I'm a maid. Honestly, I do. Because nobody else helps with anything. And it's very frustrating and almost sometimes hurtful, like I feel like I'm the only one that lives here, but yeah, I'm cleaning up after everybody else. And so it's extremely hard for me because I've also got my work, right? Like I'm not just a stay-at-home mom who cleans the house. I also have a business to run. So anyway, very, very stressful at times. And as soon as I clean something, it's so hard for me because I get invested, right? Like I clean it and I'm so proud of what I've done. And I'm like, oh, it looks so good. I love it. And then the next second, it'll get messy again. And then I just get frustrated. And then I'm like, oh, why did I even bother? And then I leave it for like weeks and weeks and nobody else cares. Like, and I'm the only one it bugs. So it's truly, truly very frustrating. And I'm sure other moms that, have families also understand how I feel. It's truly very frustrating. But Anyway, so that's what we did. So we cleaned the counter and we did the pantry. And then I cleaned the microwave shelves and the counter. And then, and this took a while. So, like in between those things, I was doing work. I came back, did a little bit more work, and then went back to cleaning stuff. We also took care of all the laundry, did the dishes, and then right before supper, so it was like 7 o'clock at this point or 6:30. I was like, my husband had mentioned cleaning out the back closet shelf, and because it was so messy that like things were falling down and like basically hitting us on the head, and um like my dog's chain, like his collar, it like whipped up one day because I was trying to move stuff and it fell and it hit me like where your upper teeth are, but like on the lip kind of. It hit me there and it was such a tender spot and it hurts so bad. I don't have a bruise yet, but it hurts from the inside. And so anyway, it was dangerous. It was getting to the point of being dangerous. So my husband and I cleaned that. He brought everything out, cleaned the shelf, and I reorganized everything. There wasn't that much we got rid of. We got rid of some old dog treats, and we got rid of we kept all the dog stuff except for the old dog treats, and then we got rid of a few of the winter gears, like the toques and the mitts that were too small for my baby. So I'm gonna give them to my sister because her little boy turns 1 this year. So I'm hoping it'll fit him for like fall and winter. So anyway, so we got all of that stuff done, and I was so proud. So the only thing I didn't work on, I didn't get my makeup video edited or voiceover done. I did start drawing stickers, but I didn't get to my freebies. I actually did make some planner charms. I did those late last night, and I've listed them to Etsy, but I still have to list them to Squarespace and my Facebook page. But I didn't finish the Artist Way stuff. I read the chapter, so it was chapter 6, but I have to do some journaling stuff and make notes on it. And then I have to do the tasks. I'm going to try to start that today. And I also didn't get to clean the freezer. So I've pulled some tasks over to today, and I'm not quite done everything. So here we are. So I'm just going to cross off filming the video because we're doing that now. After I was done all my tasks, I looked at my compass card and I was so proud of myself because I did so well. Like I did, yeah, I feel really good about what I've done so far. So I think what I would like to do is quickly go to my weekly and just cross off my weekly and my monthly actually. Maybe at the monthly when we examine the things to do, we'll look at it that way. But here, I also cleaned out my school folders. So they're ready. I set up new ones for my daughter because she didn't have any set up yet. So what I usually set up is like the upcoming school year. So I'll do newsletters from the school. Like I'll do a file folder, like a manila folder, and put it in like a section in my filing cabinet. So for each kid now, I've got announcements or like newsletters from the school. I've got field trips. I've got tests and assignments. I've got art, so any art projects they bring home. And then I think I have like class info. So if there's anything personalized for the class, I've got that. And that's it. So that's for each kid. Okay, so book September flight. I did email, but it's not fully booked yet. So actually, maybe I should just put a dot for that because that means I've started it or that it's in progress. So I want to start working on writing out like my basement and garage project notes. I haven't done that, so I'll carry that over. New divider labels, not yet. A rebinder, no. Haven't done any of that. Wow, there's still so much. So September budget is done. I did that yesterday. September goals, it's done, but I do need to transfer my goals for my Cultivate What Matters planner into here. So I have got that on today's list. Have to cut the kids hair yet. Clean freezer I'll be doing today. Pantry is done. Microwave shelf is done. Both the bathrooms are done. The counter is done. I haven't booked the dentist and I haven't got my daughter new sheets. So it's actually a little disheartening because a lot of the things, like I thought it would be a lot more because it just filled up so much of my day. Like I did so much, but yet it doesn't really look like that much. So I'm going to try to get back into a cleaning pattern. Next week, I'm going to do one of the bathrooms. And then the week after, I'm going to alternate. So it won't pile up as bad. So that's what my plan is there. But yeah, I'm a little sad that it just looks so empty. It looks like I haven't done anything. Oh man. Okay. So that was done. We need to review goals now. So if I'm looking at my task list, get back on track. We've reviewed the previous week. Let's look at goals. So yeah, so as you're gonna see, I haven't done written out for September yet, but I'll do that today. Okay, so this happened, that happened, Chat's birthday is done, pre-order is done. It was actually on the 4th, and it's my pre-order for the Budget Mom got sent out yesterday. So it was on the 13th, not the 18th. September budget's done, goals are done, Chad's birthday. So I've still got Franklin set up, TN set up, Red Deer visit. Back to school prep is basically done. I'm just going to put a circle here because I have, I finished, I never even put that on here, but it's probably on my monthly. I finished the school supply shopping. So it's all done. Everything that I need, I have. Every single thing. Even lunch kits, backpacks, etc. So I think I just need like back to school shoes, like indoor shoes for both kids. And I'm also going to wash a pair of my son's runners and let them, I'm going to sit them in the sun to dry. I think, oh, see, I wish I could write out the weather in my planner, but it makes no sense because um, our weather changes so quickly. So it's not like I can look at the weather at the beginning of the week and have it stay the same because, so say, for example, it is Thursday today. If I write down the weather for next Wednesday and it says it's going to be 24, by the time we get to next Wednesday, it's going to be like 14 and raining. So right now, this is the coldest it's been since like March. It is 9 degrees outside right now. It is freezing. It feels like it's freezing. Last night was so cold. It rained yesterday. That's why my husband got sent home and it was so cold. So it will be on Sunday, Monday, it's going to be 23, 24. So I think that's a good plan to wash my son's shoes. So I'm going to put that on my list. We'll talk about these things after. If I'm lucky, I might be able to like let my son reuse his white shoes because they're perfectly fine and they're indoor shoes. So if I can wash them and get them clean again, he might be able to rewear them for this year. And then instead of putting them in the dryer, I will let them sit out in the sun because the sun also has, like the sun actually acts as a whitening agent and it also, it's an it gets rid of bacteria too. So it's really good. So I'm going to see if I can do that. So I'm glad I remembered to do that. The September content is done. House projects, I did quite a few of them, but I'm not done. And tidy, organized projects, same thing. So I'm still working on the artist's way. I finished, I'm starting on week 6 right now. So that's good. So I'll have 6, 7, 8 left. Property tax payment will be at the end of the month. Fertilize my flowers. I have to do that this week. Okay, and 100 book goal. I will have read 2 books this week, so I'll be making some progress. So actually not too bad. Okay, so let's go to the monthly goals. School prep is basically done. So, oh, as I was saying, so school prep, all the school supplies are done. But what I want to do today, and this is something I was talking about in my goal video too. The goal video isn't posted until the 27th. I couldn't get into my kids' school website. And so on there, you can reprint the school supply list. You can look at all the future dates. And I couldn't see the dates for September. So it'll tell you like what holidays they have, what PD days they have off, which are like days off. So I'm going to look at that today. Do I have that on here? No. So dates for September. I just like wrote a huge list for myself. Dates for September. And what I'm going to do is print out new school supply lists. And then I'm going to organize all of their stuff. So I'm going to put my son's dividers in his binder, put his paper in there, and just get it all organized and put all of their school supplies in their backpacks we got. And then I think it's on the 28th. It's before school starts. There's like a meet the teacher day. And luckily my husband is off from work that day. So we're going to take the kids to school. They're going to have ice cream. They get to meet their teacher that they'll have for this upcoming year, and they get to drop off their school supplies. So when we take them to school on the 2nd of September, it's not going to be a huge rush and their backs aren't going to be hurting because all of their supplies will already be there and they'll already be set up. So they're going to have a little bit of a head start. And they also get to see the classroom. So, like my daughter, it'll be good for her because she'll be able to see the classroom and meet the teacher before class actually starts. So that'll be really fun for her. So I also have to go through my son's old stuff. So he needed headphones and he needed like a mouse that had a cord. Let me tell you guys how hard it is to find a mouse, like a computer mouse that still has a cord. Almost all of them are cordless nowadays, right? Like mine is rechargeable and I love it. It's great for what I need it for. But when you have like a kid who might be a little bit forgetful, it's way easier to have a cord on yours and then they can just plug it into the computer at school and use it. So all of his stuff from last year in that regard is still good. So I'm going to go through all of his old like erasers and his pencil sharpeners and that stuff and then repack it in a new pencil case and then let him have that for this year. So that's on my list as well. So basically, school prep is almost done. So after today, that will be done. Garage cleanup basement project still need to work on for next week. And actually, my husband said that he will be able to do more like on his days off. So his schedule now is he works 14 days straight. Today is day 3. And then he'll have 7 days off. But the problem is next week that he has off, like I could kind of show you guys on the calendar here. So he's off starting on Wednesday, the 27th. The 27th is, we've basically got nothing, but he needs like a rest day. The 28th, the only thing we have going on is meet the teacher. So that's the day that we'll be taking the kids to the school and dropping off their supplies and stuff. And then on Friday, we're actually leaving for Red Deer. So we're not going to be home that weekend. Like that would technically be our weekend to go to karaoke together, but we're actually going to Red Deer. So I feel bad. So he's not going to be at karaoke for like 6 weeks because this is this Friday. I'll be going this Friday. I'll probably stay home on the Saturday though. I'll be going on the 22nd. And then we'll be in Red Deer on the 29th. And then he'll work 2 more weekends after that. And then it'll be the 3rd weekend. So literally be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it'll be like week 6 before he gets to go to karaoke. So my mom doesn't have to babysit. So I'm going to actually call the dentist and see if we can all get in on the 27th or the 28th during the day. I have to actually do that. So I'm going to do that, put that on my list too. Because I don't have my new calendar set up for September, obviously, but the 30th is a Saturday. We'll be in Red Deer. Sunday we'll be in Red Deer. Monday we're coming home from Red Deer. And then Tuesday the kids start school. And then Wednesday my husband starts work again for the next 14 days. So it's going to be busy. And then September will be busy too because we actually have a trip to Vancouver in September. I have a doctor's appointment with my daughter, and then my mom has a doctor's appointment I might have to drive her to. She still is without a vehicle, so that's been difficult. So yeah, hopefully she'll find something soon. Okay, so I could cross off this too. This is the monthly task list. We'll look at that after. So yeah, we crossed off the goals. Oh, September goal and planner prep. Mm, I can't cross those things off yet because we haven't set up the new planners, but the goal one, we're done. And September business prep, kind of done because I did, let me think, biz prep. I did the content for September, so I'm going to cross that off. I should have just made it a little bit more clear. Okay, so now let's review compass card. So dentist, I'm going to call today, and haircuts. I need to do the kids' haircuts this week. But Chad's birthday stuff is done. His boots, he ended up getting his boots, which is really good. School folders I went through yesterday. And reviews I did. Goals are done, except I have to transfer them into here, which I'll do again today. Again, a really large task list, as you can see. I never did get a bath, but now that the bathroom is clean, I wouldn't mind trying that tonight. So, and then I can read my nonfiction book. Haven't gone through photos, haven't had a chance, but I still want to continue that. Home, um, got everything done. So that was good. So next week, I'm going to put one of the bathrooms on here and maybe getting my daughter and my son a new sheet set. So I don't actually have to get a whole set. I just have to get a bottom sheet. And I don't know, my daughter probably needs a new blanket, but I'll just probably get her like a nice sheet that matches kind of for her bottom sheet. And then for my personal development, I haven't had a chance to read my nonfiction book, which is called The Happiness Hypothesis by Jonathan Haidt. But I did read my Artist Way chapter 6 yesterday, finished last week's check-in, did the blog, did all that stuff. So I'm going to focus on this stuff today, try to get that done. Okay, CEO, I got my goals done, my content done, I reviewed the week, and creative, again, all done. I'm going to cross off Planner Perfect for this week because that will be tomorrow. And again, you guys, it's like one of my favorite videos to film, my Planner Perfect. I don't know. I've just been watching tons of Brianna's videos and I'm just having a heyday. Like I do that when I'm doing my morning pages in the morning. And I've really been loving the fall planning. So I had a fall candle burning, but now I've got my Georgia peaches. I think it's called Georgia peach. I've got my peach candle burning. And so now it smells like peaches in my house. And it smells good, but it's not quite fall related. So I'm going to try to get my hands on another, like, or I'll go back to Bath and Body Works and see if I can find like pecan pumpkin waffles or pumpkin pecan waffles, maybe it's called. It kind of smells like pumpkin peanut brittle a little bit. The next thing that we need to do is examine the inbox, master tasks, and calendar. So we've done that. We'll put that aside for now. I'll just slip it here for a second. Run to my inbox. We're running. Let's see. I really need to do some of these things. My husband is going to start doing some of the house projects on his 7-day off runs now. We just have to wait to get there, and we need to get a few supplies from like Home Depot. So we're going to set aside a little pot of money so that he can go grab those things, and then he'll be able to start doing the house projects. Still need a new iPad for my son. Not a brand new one, but like off Facebook Marketplace or something. So still got to look into that. I need to fix a couple of things. I need something that's better than Gorilla Glue and Crazy Glue. So I need to get something, some kind of polymer glue, or maybe like cement, like liquid cement, or cement glue. Maybe I'll look into that. Oh, cleaned out art folders. That's done. Changed dates. That's done. It's not done, but I've already sent an email. Have to send some letters. Ooh, gotta get on that. I really also have to start doing my physio. I've got to start doing those. I've got to put that on my list for sure. It'll be like a personal thing. Morning pages, you know what? I'm doing good on that. And haven't touched this stuff yet. So I'll come back and look at this when I'm doing my planning. Okay, so looking at the calendar itself, so we said the 18th to the 24th. This is already shipped, so that's done. I have nothing going on this week coming up. That doesn't sound right. I literally have nothing. So the 18th to the 24th. So I've got budget and paid. That's it. So that means I should be able to focus on more of my house tasks and getting projects done. And I'm just trying to think what I have for work. So my goals are finished. I won't be filming yet. Right. So again, it's going to be busy for me because I normally start my monthly filming. I usually start posting on Thursday, right? I post my Franklin monthly, then I post my, I don't even remember to be honest. I usually start posting on Friday. But because I'm going to be taking my computer to Red Deer again, I'm going to have to because I have no choice. But I'm going to start filming early next week. So on the 26th, I usually start doing that on the Wednesday. I'll be doing my monthlies on the Tuesday, my weekly on the Wednesday, and then my Planner Perfect weekly on Thursday because Friday we're leaving. And so it'll be crunch time because I'll be like, edit the same day, edit the same day, edit the same day. So I'm not going to be filming until the last week. So yeah, literally next week, I've got nothing going on. So I think that was my plan. So technically, I mean, we still do have 2 weeks left of August. So I've got time to iron out my house projects and the things I wanted to get done. So this week, I will be focusing. I think my number one goal is to slow down with my work and actually get the things that I've got planned on each day done on that day. So Monday, make sure that all my journaling stuff is done. Tuesday, make sure that my blog is done. Wednesday, make sure that my stickers are done. So this will be the last day I get to work on my stickers. And I need to get that done because when September comes, I need to have my October freebie ready to go. So I'm going to try to work on those today. I do have it on my list. And then that will be the last Wednesday that I can get it all done. So it's like my last hurrah. So I want to focus on just that task at hand. That's it, nothing else. And then anything else, like home stuff, I can focus on that. That's separate, right? Like it's not work stuff. So those are my goals. So maybe even start working on the basement a little bit. But my whole thought process with the basement is that when my kids go back to school, my daughter goes in the morning, my baby will be here with me. So I'm thinking if I could do like an hour or two every day, I can bring my baby downstairs with me. He can play with the toys that are down there, and then I can do a little bit every day. So I think that might be helpful. Even if I could do it for the whole month of September, because I don't have anywhere to be or anywhere to go September, October, November. October, I'm probably going to do Thanksgiving because I haven't done it for a while. So I'm probably going to host Thanksgiving dinner because it's different for us, right? Like I kind of wish we could have our Thanksgiving in November too, because it makes sense to have like the holidays all together. So like November is a holiday month, December is a holiday month, but here we have it split up so weird. Why is Thanksgiving in October? It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, so that's going to be the focus for this upcoming week. And if I think of anything else, here's where we can cross off the monthly stuff. So if I think of anything else from these lists, then I will change it if necessary. So September content is done. I'm waiting for Maple Mornings from Planners Anonymous. Planner Perfect, I'm waiting for my September box. Now this is where it gets a little scary because it has been sent out, but I also got my Planner Perfect Gabriella notebook, my traveler's notebook, my leather. It was supposed to be delivered on Monday to my address through Shipsy, through the States, and it wasn't delivered. There was some kind of delay. And so now I'm like, okay, if there's a delay for that, what if there's a delay for my subscription box? It is already the middle of August, and if I don't get my September planner by September, I won't be able to film my setup. I won't be able to set up my Planner Perfect monthly in time. And that's scary because I've got it planned for the 26th. And today is already the 14th. So hopefully it comes soon. Like if they get it, because I think they work throughout the weekend. So if it's here to like, it was sent on I want to say it was the 11th. I'm just going to double check. Okay, so according to my tracking, my box has been shipped on the 11th. Today is the 14th. So I'm hoping that I get it before then. Okay, so anyway, so that is that. Next, so let's see what else we can cross off here. Photos not done. Goals are done through Cultivate What Matters. September budget is done. And this follow-up with Christine, so this was talking about getting my daughter into acrobatics. So acro it was called. I'm not going to follow up with her. I'm just going to go to the place. She told me where it was, so I'm just going to go there. I'm just going to cross this off because she is not getting back to me. I have messaged her like 5 times. I've messaged her mother-in-law. No one's replying back to me. So I'm just going to go to the place and go see. Chad's boots are done. Oil changes we still need. School supplies are done. Book September flight I did email. Birthday gifts. Cake we didn't get. Chad's windshield we did. And freezer I'll do today. And then cleaning and tidying list. So pantry is done. Microwave shelf is done. Cupboards, upstairs bath, not yet. Bathroom organizers, not yet. The bathrooms are clean. Tidy brown desk. Well, it was clean at one point, but it's messy again with the school supplies. So hopefully by the end of today, I'll have that cleaned up. Back closet shelves are done. That's it. Quartz behind. I'm not sure what that mean by that, but I did quite a bit. All right, so I've got this week to finish up, or at least start. All right, so that is done. So we've looked at that. So now what we're going to do is, this time I'm going to go back and do my rolls and big rocks first. So my compass card, I'll do that first. Then we'll do the planning. Then we'll go into my work planner. Then we'll come back and have a little planner chat, and then we'll be all done. So I will put this on fast forward mode, and I will see you guys in a little bit.
You should see the city lights tonight. I don't think they've ever burned this bright. Did you know when how everything would turn out? We learned to run, we learned to fight. Sooner or later, we can become strangers. Someday, somewhere, we can be new again. We can be anything that we wanted to be back then. Just wait, just wait. If I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do is play the whole thing through. And if I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do is play the whole thing through. I wanted to be saved before we lost our way. We were picture perfect, but below the surface, I wasn't okay. I made it look that way. I'm saying you deserved it. Sometimes it just happens that way. Sooner or later, we can become strangers. Someday, somewhere, we can be new again. We can be anything that we wanted to be back then. Just wait, just wait. If I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and trouble. Too late to make it go away. You always try too hard to hide it. You made it easier each day. If I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do is play the whole thing through. If I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do is play the whole thing through. Nobody's like you. You are not normal at all. No, I feel like I want to let down my guard and just fall. Cause someone was before you, and someone let me go. It's time I must know for sure. Cause someone was before you, and someone let me go. But I just need to be sure. Some say love's not for the bitter ones. Some say love will only bring you down. Some say love can feel much better now, better now. But will you let me down? But will you let me down? But will you let me down? Oh yeah, oh yeah. But will you let me down? Nobody's like us. When people see us, they know. I feel so much for you that I don't know what to do. Cause someone was before you, and someone let me go. This time I must know for sure. Cause someone was before you, and someone let me go. But I just need to be sure. Some say love's not for the bitter ones. Some say love will only bring you down. Some say love can feel much better now, better now. But will you let me down? But will you let me down? But will you let me down?
Okay, guys, we are all done planning. So here is my finished work spread. So again, like I was telling you earlier, I want to keep it simple. Monday is this video here. I was supposed to have it done last Monday and I messed up. I didn't do anything. So I had no video posting. So this video is going to be going on Monday, and then the Friday, what day is it here? This Friday I'll be able to have a video done for the next Monday. So skipping a week essentially allowed me to get ahead, like a catch up again. So I'll have my blog. It's on reflection and why it's important. I will film my Artist Way week 6 check-in and my weekly update video for the week ending the 17th. I'll be doing my journaling here. All right, journaling. And I transfer my blog here, and then I'm going to plan a reel for Tuesday's content. So when I plan out for Tuesday, which hopefully won't be that busy, I will post a reel Tuesday morning. So I'll be posting my week ending the 17th update video on Tuesday, writing my blog for week 6, and then Wednesday is designing October stickers and freebies. Thursday is filming my plan with me for the last week of August. Can you believe it? Planner Perfect is on Friday, filming date night. Well, not date night, but karaoke makeup. It won't be a date night because Chad will be working. And then I'll be posting those videos on the weekend consecutively and then reviews on Sunday. So my goal here is to keep this week as simple as possible. Next week is going to be super busy. I'll be traveling to Red Deer, and we'll also be taking care of all of the monthly setups. So I'll be switching into September, which I'm very excited for. I'm kind of been looking forward to not so much fall itself, but fall planning, getting ready back into school. I know it's coming, so I'm just trying to like prep my mind and like make sure that yes, I'm aware that it's coming, and you know it's kind of inevitable. There's nothing I can do to change it, so I might as well enjoy the process. So that is it for work. And then we go into my Franklin binder, which I'm very happy with. I am exceptionally happy with this week's setup. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, part of me is like, oh wow, this is overdone. But I like the fact that I did the upside down washi tape with the florals. It looks so much better. And I didn't have a lot going on, so I just decorated a lot. I used a lot of stickers. And I love this song, by the way. It says, I Want to Feel the Heat with Somebody. It's by Whitney Houston. And I like I can't remember the guy that did it, but he did like an updated techno version of that song, of a lot of her songs. I just love that. I want to see if I can find the name of that. I know I have it. Let me just find it because it's going to bug me if I don't have it. Okay, so Whitney Houston, and then oh yeah, Higher Love. So it's Kigo or Kygo. I don't know, but he does a lot of remixes. I'm not going to play the song because I don't want to get an infringement. But yeah, Kygo and Whitney Houston. But any of his remixes are so good. He's got a lot with a lot of different artists. But anyway, it kind of reminds me of that. And I've got this guy here. I can't remember his name from the kit, but he's cute. And just like a lot of dancing stuff. So I love this fan. I wish I had a fan like this. I had to use one last summer in Vancouver because I got so hot. This summer wasn't that bad. Maybe it was a time of year we went, but pretty much like the end of June and July in Vancouver is ridiculous. But yeah, the washi tape for me, like the floral, is killing it. I've got a lot of tasks on here, but not as many as the previous week. And the reason why there's not as many, because I have 3 lines empty, and a couple of these are double lines. So like wash Connor's white shoes, that's a double line. Organize school supplies, that's a double line. Go through Connor's school stuff, double line. And a lot of that stuff should be done today. So I'm happy about that. And the physio, that's something I really got to get started on. So the compass card, again, I did the upside down washi tape. So cute. I don't know why I didn't do that before. So adorable. And I love the floral on there. I might just do that like going forward. Every time I use a Planners Anonymous kit and there's a floral involved, I'm going to do that again. Like, it's gorgeous. Like, I love that. It looks so pretty. No other stickers, just that. And I also did make sure to, like, I don't actually have this on my weekly, which is fine, but I want to ensure that I'm not doing too many repeats. And this stuff is the most important stuff that I've got to do. So I like that. So that's it, you guys. I think it's perfect timing because I think my son just woke up. So I'm going to call it a day, and we're going to see you tomorrow in Planner Perfect. So if you like watching Planner Perfect, I will see you Sunday for that video. And those ones I'm having a lot of fun with. I really enjoy, like, obviously I enjoyed decorating this. Like, it's still pretty, but the other one, I don't know, like this one's definitely more functional. Like, it's my huge list. I've got my daily task list, my page that I don't really decorate that much. Because, you know, you guys, like, it's definitely functional, right? Like, I just write the list, do the things, and there you go. But my Planner Perfect one is definitely more for me, for more of my personal stuff, like my habits, my health check stuff, my books. And I love the way I've got it set up. Like, I absolutely adore it. So Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch today's video. And today is Saturday, so now I'm not sure when the Jane's Agenda content is. Okay, so I believe the anniversary event for Jane's Agenda starts on Friday. It says 12 p.m. Pacific, so I think that's 11. Is that 1 Pacific here? We're always an hour back. I'm just gonna check. 12 p.m. and it goes until Sunday. It looks like. So yeah, it's 1 p.m. So 12 p.m. Pacific is 1 p.m. here. So 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It will start tomorrow, which is Friday. So I don't believe it's a sale. I think it is just their anniversary event. So if you guys don't know, Jane's Agenda started in September. I think that was Jane's first subscription box, or I can't remember if it was her company that she started or the subscription box. But anyway, they always have a really big event happening in September, and their anniversary box is amazing. When I get mine, I will send it. I will show you guys. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with Jane's Agenda subscriptions, but I know for sure that I wanted the September box. I'm hoping that that's what I got. But anyway, you guys, so that is it for this plan with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Also, Cultivate What Matters dates are going to be coming soon. Towards the end of August, I will be able to share which cover I got and what available choices there are. So you guys will see those and we'll do a walkthrough. Not much has changed, but it's always good to kind of take a look at the new one. So anyway, stay with me and we'll cover those topics soon. I have links for both down below, Jane's Agenda as well as Cultivate What Matters. So when the time comes, if you would be so inclined, you can use my links. I know for new people, I believe you get a discount, but I'm not sure about people that have already used my codes. I can't tell you for sure. But if you do use my codes, I really appreciate your support. So thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new, I would love if you would subscribe. Click on the bell button to be notified when I upload new videos. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.